Welcome. Welcome. I feel like I know you so well at this point. I've been watching you all go through this. There's been frustration, ups and downs, confusion. I've seen all your posts come in, your worksheets. Can I ask, is anyone kind of overwhelmed at the amount of content that I've given you here? I told you at the beginning that I was going to give you what it is that my highest paying clients get. That was my promise. And I want to ask you, did I deliver on my promise? Have we spent an amazing 4 days together? Look, day one to me was huge. I remember way back then, I remember started getting you guys to chant. I'm $1 million speaker. I make millions and impact millions. Who just says that themselves now? I'm $1 million speaker. I make millions. I impact millions. Because of course you do. Of course you do. The second day, we went deep in your irresistible products, your offers. You wanted to have your low cost. You wanted to have your core and your premium. The following day, we talked about your presentation. Who remembers the two things in your presentation? Emotional clarity. Emotional clarity. It's about emotional clarity. Emotional clarity. Emotional clarity. Emotional clarity. It's about building belief. It's not about teaching. It's not about selling. It's about building belief. I want you all to remember the most important thing is your presentation. Everything else you can pay for. Then yesterday, what a day. I believe that marketing is always changing and evolving, and you can either go to people or through people. And the way that's never, ever, 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 ever going to go out of fashion is building partnerships and relationships. Who love that? You can go out there and learn all the tactics, but I wouldn't worry about that. I'd let others learn that. Learn how to create partnerships that grow your business, because boy, did that make a difference for me in my life. And I want you to know everything that I'm teaching and sharing with you works in my businesses, works for all of my clients, and is absolutely huge. So can I ask, who are my winners? Who are the ones that are going to win today? Because you all know that I'm giving away some things. I have written down here the winners. Would anyone like to know who they are? Would anyone like to know who the winners are? Or wouldn't you guys all like to know what's on over here? Well, you're going to have to wait because it's all my game. And I'm giving away, I think, around about $12,000 worth of stuff here. And I'm totally grateful. But I'm going to be giving that away today on this call. So today we're going to go through a lot. And it's going to be absolutely exciting. Also, today I'm going to open up an opportunity for just 30 of you. Can I ask, how many of you just wish that today isn't our last day together? Who would like to continue on this journey, say for, I don't know, maybe 90 days together, where I coach you, I help you, I bring in a team, maybe I do a whole heap of extra cool stuff. Who would like to be in that 30? Type in a me or a yes if you'd like that, because I'm going to be giving you all an opportunity to be in that 30, and it's going to be the fast action takers are the ones that get it, because there's over 1,300 people that is in this, and it is going to go so fast. In fact, I want to let you know, we're down to 28 already, because someone found out where to go and buy it already. So I'm going to be talking to you about that at the end of today. So let's get into what we're going to cover. Can anyone remember what we're covering today? We're going to be showing you the 4 big things that stop people the most. We're going to be showing you the 6 steps to creating a profitable presentation in just 90 days. And so should we get started? Is everybody ready for day number 5? Because do you think for a moment that I'm going to be slowing down or stopping? You're crazy. This is the intro stuff. This is the intro. We're about to get real. And then those that join me in Amplify, things are going to get really real fast. I don't slow down. Just ask the people that are in my programs. This is me trying to tame it down a little bit. So let's get into it and let's go big. Let me get my slides up. Let's get started. I hope you all have the notes. If you haven't figured out where to get the notes yet, someone's going to post them in here for you, because we've got such an amazing tribe. Can you guys all see my screen? Let me press play on that and let's get into it, shall we? Today is about how to grow your business through free events using the emotional clarity method, and how to go big in just 90 days. It is going to be huge. My goal is to show you, yes, you listening, my friend, my $1 million speaker, impacting millions and making millions. I want to show you how to use the emotional clarity method to build a presentation, and that it's the fastest and easiest way to build your business, to get more clients and live a life of freedom. Who out there wants freedom? Who out there wants freedom? Freedom to be themselves, freedom to impact the world, freedom to live, freedom to have fun, freedom to experience everything they want. Do you want freedom? I want freedom. I live freedom every single day. Here's my definition of freedom. It's waking up and doing what it is that you would do for free, but getting paid for it. You do it for free. What you do every single day, you do it without getting paid, but you're so lucky you get paid for it. That's what freedom is to me. You choose to do it. You don't have to. It's having the money, having the time, having the commitment, having everything you want. And this is the thing, is if you've ever asked yourself this question, oh, if only I could just get more clients. Has anyone ever asked that? Oh, gosh, how do I just get more clients? I've got this amazing product, this amazing service. How do I get more clients? Has anyone ever felt that, asked that before? How could I just get more clients? Well, the truth is that a high converting presentation that uses the emotional clarity method, by the way, who loves my trademark emotional clarity method? Do you think it was a pretty good method? Emotional clarity, the method, the steps. Who remembers it? It's story, steps, system, and all the epiphany bridge, everything's in there. It will grow your business faster than anything else. It has been my obsession. If you go do free talks and move into a free presentation that moves people to become a buyer, it will grow your business faster than anything. And the thing is when I saw Tony Robbins make $9 million in 4 days and change lives, there's only one thing I said to myself, I want to do that. I want to get paid to change lives. Who's with me? I want to get paid to change lives. I want to impact people. Yes, I could sit on the beach and relax and hang out, but that's just not me. I'm an inspiration. I want to move people. I want to do something that matters. I see the problems in this world and I want to stand for the difference. I want to stand for what's good. And I saw him do it and I thought, you know what, I want to do that. And so I tried so many things, and I know you have too, cold calling, selling books, all these different things. But what I realized is I needed a coach. I spent over $200,000 learning from some of the most amazing presentation coaches and trainers and speakers. And I kept getting better and better and better and better. These men and women are absolutely amazing. I would not be the man I am today without them. And I love them and they all helped me. And you should always recognize every single person that helps you, because nobody gets to the top of the mountain alone. Nobody. Everybody has to have help, me included. And I want you to know, the fastest way from where you are to where you want to be, well, let me ask you, what's the fastest way from A to B? It's not a straight line. What is it? It's to find somebody who's exactly where you are, doing what you want, that you're connected with, that you feel with, and having them assist you and help you. Here's how you should find your coach. Number one, they should have proof. Number two, you should feel connected. Number three, they need to be doing it right now. That's how you got to find the right coach, the right person to help you. So I obsessed for 3 years looking at all of this stuff. And here's what I realized is it wasn't about teaching. It wasn't about selling. It was that my audience didn't believe. Write this down. You have to make them believe. But the thing is, and I shared this on the third day, is what works for physical products doesn't work for coaching and consulting. And it definitely doesn't work online. Why is that? Why does it not work? It's because people can't touch it. You know, if you're selling a coffee or a cell phone or a computer, people can touch it, they can try it, they can experience it. Online, it's all about emotion and clarity and how to do it. So when I decided to start from scratch, I realized I needed an irresistible product that got results. I realized I needed a high converting presentation in magnetic marketing. And so I asked myself these questions, and then I went out there and built belief. Write this down and own this. The belief that you must build in your audience is that they can achieve everything they want through my system. I want to be completely transparent with you. Is that okay? I've got this saying, radical transparency. Is it okay for me to be radically transparent right now so you can see right through everything, like there's nothing to hide? Is that okay? Good. Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad that that's okay. Is that okay? The big belief that I've been trying to build all week with you, the big belief is that you need one irresistible product, one presentation, and put on free talks, and you can build any business. I'm going to just let you know. My whole goal this week was to have you believe in yourself more than you ever thought possible. My goal was to stand on one side and say, I believe in you. I know you can do it. This is what you're going to do. And my goal has been to get as much proof and to help you move and to share and to coach you and to guide you. My goal was had you believe that this system will build your business for you. So here's my question. Did I do my job? Do you right now know that if you get the right product, if you get the right presentation, you get the right promotion, how many of you know with that system that you can build the business that you have right now, that you could start a business? Let me know, type in, I want to know, do you have the belief that presentations are the answer for you? Because I want you to know that presentations have built countless businesses and they'll continue. But let me know, did I do my job? Do you believe that presentations and being a great presenter and moving people is the answer? One product, one presentation, one promotion. How many of you really, truly got this? Let me know, type in, look at all those yeses. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier than knowing this 5 days actually made a difference. So thank you. I went on tour with mine and I got over 300 clients at $1 million in my first year in revenue. I expanded it to so many businesses after that, including multi-level marketing, property, digital marketing, health and fitness, personal development, relationships. I kept on going. Each business took off. Once I understood that every marketing funnel, every Facebook ad, everything, the heart of it was a presentation. Once I realized the ability to present was truly what they were doing, all of these gurus. That's what they were doing, even though they were telling me that you needed an email list and blah, 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 and this and this and this. When I truly realized it was partnerships and presentations and getting good products, I truly got that, everything took off. The key is the presentation. Everything else you can pay for. The presentation, write it down and own it. Cash and clients are the blood of your business, but the thing that pumps it, the heart, is the presentation. And so I found myself in Thailand. I found my purpose and I went and created this. It took me 3 months to reverse engineer the full emotional clarity method. And I've gone into it to thousands of people. And what I realized is it's placebo level conviction, 4 pieces of clarity. By the way, come on, let's see who's been listening. What are the 4 pieces of clarity? Yes, I'm doing a review. What are the 4 pieces of clarity? They all start with P. Clear that they have a problem. Clear that you're the right person. Clear that there is a path or a way out. And clear that you have the right product that will get them to where they want. What are the 4 emotions? Can anyone type in the 4 emotions? Anyone know? Bonus points. What are the 4 emotions? Yes. Hope, yes. Excitement, yes. Urgency, yes. And trust. Because when you have hope, urgency, excitement, and trust, and then the 4 pieces of clarity, people take action. Left and right brain, emotion and clarity. This is what works. And it worked for Fazil. Fazil did over $500,000 in 12 months after we met at an event. It was huge. I watched him take this, put on their presentations, and go. Then there's Colette. She's a healer, never made that much money. A few $1,000s a month was all she ever made. Now she does over $40,000 US off a webinar. The webinar does all the selling. She picks up the phone and enrolls people. Who likes the sound of that, by the way? And who likes the sound of $500,000 in 12 months? Do you like the sound of making $65,000 in just 5 days? Well, that's what happened with Stacy. Stacy tried for a year until we really got clear on, what is her presentation? How does she build belief? Because see, she had to learn how to build the belief, and it was huge. And think about Ben. Ben took over my business and ran it for 5 years of the presentation that I built. It was absolutely huge. And some of the best and biggest on the planet have come and asked me to help them to build out their events. Glenn Twitter was running an event for Gary Vaynerchuk. He was having problems getting people to sit in his event. He asked me to show him how to fill that in through a partnership, how to actually make it happen. I was so excited to meet Gary and shoot these. And in the movie with Tony Robbins, I was talking to these guys today. They're going to help me get introduced to all sorts of people. The movie with Tony, how did I get there? Partnerships, being good at presenting. Do you think they were going to put me on a movie if I couldn't prove that I could present, that I could stand in front of an audience, that I could move an audience? How the heck did a kid from New Zealand somehow get his way into the movies with his heroes? I'll tell you, doing exactly what you're about to do. Obsessing about presentations and making a difference. And then there's this man, Joel Bauer. I love him. He's trained some of the top in the world. T. Harv Ekers, he's trained Jordan Belfort. He's trained all these guys. But when he needed someone to put butts on seats in his event, he chose me. Because I want to let you know, yep, I'm probably younger than you. I might not even have made as much money as you. I might not be as successful as you. I might not have the experience as a teacher with you. I might not have as much experience as you as a parent. I probably don't have as much experience with you in nearly everything in life. And I want you to know that. I own that. Yes, I'm in my 30s. Some of you are the same age as my parents. Some of you are older than that. And I want you to know I respect you so much. But for 15 years, half of my life, I've been obsessed about presentations, putting on events, and doing that. And I want to let you know, I do not want to try to tell you or teach you how to do anything in your life except the one thing that I've mastered. Is that okay? Is that fair to say? Radical transparency. I want you to know this is what I've been mastering for 15 years. And I want you to ask, if you just obsessed about something for 15 years, that's right. I first started speaking on 16 years old. When you really just obsessed about one thing, 15 years, you'd be pretty good in it, wouldn't it? How many mistakes do you think I've made? I've now helped thousands and thousands of people to get their presentations together. And I just wanted to say that because I just want you to know, I see you all. And I think, holy crap, look how talented they are. Look at all the people that they can help. And do you want to know the most important thing I think? Look at their story. Look at their experience. Bloody hell, I think. I want to be the person that helps them get that out. Can I ask a question? How many of you have a story and it's been way too long? It's been way too long since you were ready to get it out. How many of you know right now that if you don't do something about this now, if you don't get your story out, other people are going to miss out? And it's time, isn't it? How many of you know this right now? Let me know. Let me know if you're ready to step out and go big, because I can see you. I've looked at every single one of you who have posted in the Facebook. I've looked at your Facebook personally. I've seen what you're about. I've looked at your stories. I've looked at your steps. I've looked at what you're about. I've looked at who you are. And I want to say I'm freaking inspired. I want to sit in your audience with a little smile on my face. I don't want any appreciation. I just want to sit there and put a smile on my face and go, you know what? I helped them get there. I helped them make millions. I helped them impact millions. I'll just have a little smile. That's what will make me so satisfied, just to know I helped them do it. That's all I want. That's all I want. So if that's you and you feel good about it right now, you're feeling connected, let's dive in how to make this happen, because that's my goal. And is it okay that I was completely radically transparent? It's just the truth. I just absolutely freaking care about you and love you. And my goal, and I want to ask, who's going to be in this? This year, I'm going to create 100 people to become $1 million speaker. 100 people are going to become $1 million speaker this year. Who's in that? Who's going to be one of them? Type in a 1 if you're going to be one of them. Phew. 234 comments, 237, 238. There's a few of you. How do I press play on this? There we go. All right. 251, 252, 53. There's 253, 55, 56. 257 comments. Look at that. The big problem is there's no predictable way to turn leads into sales. That is the biggest problem there. I see 260. So, all right, stop commenting. I get it. You all want to be it. The biggest problem is that you're a best kept secret. You have something amazing. Here's the big thing. You've mastered something else in your life. Is it true? 261. Stop it. The thing is that you've gone and mastered something else in your life. And I want you to get that because you've spent so much time mastering what it is that you do, it's very difficult for you to understand this other world. And so because of that, you never kind of get it out and right because no one's showing you the recipe. Now, it doesn't matter how hard it is to cook a meal or to cook a certain type of dish. If you have the recipe, you can do it, right? You can follow it. And so you might not get it right the first time, but if you have the right recipe, then you can make it happen, because these are the mistakes that most people are making. They're focused on too many things. They're doing it all themselves, selling to the wrong people, over teaching or overselling. But if you just have the right recipe, it's actually quite simple. And in fact, if you follow that recipe, you'll be able to make as much money as you like in any industry and do it without sacrificing your time. That's what speaking is all about. But here's the thing, is you must make up your mind. You can only have the results if you believe it's possible. How many of you this week came up against yourself a little bit? You limited yourself a little bit. You thought, well, I've never done this before. I've never gone out there. I've never made this. I've never done it. And you played yourself small. I want you to know there is no way around that. It is the human condition. The human condition wants to stay safe. And so in every moment that you're trying to do something new, there's always a part of you trying to stay where you've been. And the number one thing is your past has been full of employee mentors. Bad money mindset limitations. Here's what I mean by that is in your past, was your parents employed? Were your school teachers employed? Your sports coaches? Was your babysitter employed? Was the people that helped you grow up, your aunties, uncles, cousins, were they employed, either self-employed or employed by someone else? Was that who raised you? Did you get raised by a society of employees? And what do employees have to do? They have to trade time for money. And so you start to think that money is scarce or limited because you've never had a way to make money without your time. And I want to let you know, right now is your time. You do not need time to make money. Just ask Elvis Presley. I heard he made $40 million last year. He hasn't had much time for a while. The difference is you take your time and you create something, and then you create a marketing system. See, it's not enough just to create the thing. You can't just go he couldn't just take his music and put it on a disc where there wasn't even discs around when he was around. Someone else put it on the disc for him. But that wasn't enough. You see, you also have to have the marketing and then the ability to present it. You see, so if you have these three things, you don't have to make money around time. How many of you would love to make money without your time, so that you can spend your time really doing what matters to you? Because I want to show you the 4 big things that really stop people. And that's what you got to understand, is that the past is safer because it's proven to be survivable. Okay. So guys, I want you to get with me right now on the notes, and there are 4 different patterns. I see this again and again and again. And it's like people go round and round and round in circles. And so for those of you who have come up against yourself this week, you've thought, yes, I want to do this, but the first way that I see people stay small, the first way that people limit themselves is they grab on and hold on to the past. They grab on and hold on to that past. And I want to see you guys for this. So I want to be here with you. I want to see all your names. I want to be able to see the chat box. The first thing is they hold on to the past. They come up against going big and they say, I've never done that before. No one in my family has ever done that. They hold on to where they've been and they say, I'm not going anywhere. I've only ever been here. I've never been there. I've only been back here, and they hold it. And they say, I'm too shy. I've never made this sort of money. I'm not confident. I've never been that way. I've had abuse in my life, Chris. I've had self-doubt in my life. I grew up here. I'm not like that. That's the first type of person. The second type of person does the opposite. They say, oh, this sounds really, really good, but I've just got this and this and this and this and this I have to do. I'll do it later. This person goes to school. They, I don't really know what I should do. I don't know who I should be. They see a guidance counselor. The counselor says, you know what a good job is? It's a lawyer or an accountant or a doctor. Which one of those are good jobs? Oh, I'll choose the accountant. So they go off to university or college. They say, oh, I don't really know what I should be doing, but I'm just doing accountancy because it's going to be a good job. It's going to make me money. So they get their degree. I don't really know who I am. So then they go off and maybe they become a nurse, an accountant, whatever it is, and then they get their job. Well, I've got the degree, so I may as well get the job. So they get the job, and oh, well, this is all right. It pays the bills. I clock in, clock out. So then they grow up, they get into a relationship, and that's going great. And then they get married, and oh, God, now I'm married. Then they get, some house payments and maybe a car payment, maybe a mortgage, and then some kids turn up, and they're still just doing their thing. And it pays the bills. Never really, that's all right. I clock in, clock out, and that becomes their life. Do you know, 70% of our life is spent either at work or traveling to work. And so then that sort of happens. And then what happens is the kids grow up and they just kind of just, they were a parent, a mom, a father, they were this. And then they come to me at 45, 55, 60, and they say, Chris, I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. And then I say, hey, well, why don't we go and do this? Oh, no, I can't do that because I've got this and this and this and this and this. And this person stops himself because they always put life off. They're so scared just to go be them. They're just so scared because they made some decision at some point and they want to be consistent with that. But the point is they follow that road, they just keep putting off. This person probably lie on their deathbed and you'll say, so when are you going to actually be you? When are you going to live into your potential? I'll do it in the next lifetime. I'm too busy paying the mortgage right now. Too busy looking after the kids. Oh, I don't have enough time for that, right? I'll do it later. Far out. The next person I see is someone they come and they get to this point of decision. And they go, Chris, I don't have enough information. I need more research. I need to know this and this and this. I need this, I need this, I need this, this, and this thing, and this thing. Give me this. I need this stat, and I need to know this. I need to understand this. I need to know this and this and this. And oh, by the way, can you give me this and this and this and this and this? This person is a complete overthinker. In fact, this person, if you're really, 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 really intelligent, this is you. You were conditioned your whole life in school. Only put your hand up when you know the answer. You're going to be graded whether or not you get the answers right. Don't you ever get anything wrong. Don't ever get anything wrong. In fact, I've been smart. So, I became a doctor. I'm really smart. I never get anything wrong. And then I get rewarded in my career. I never get anything wrong. I'm an engineer. I'm in IT. I'm an accountant. I'm a high-functioning person. I'm really, really smart. So, Chris, I don't want to make a mistake. And they shake. They shake when they know they want it, because part of them knows they really want it, but part of them just, they're frozen because they don't want to ever get anything wrong. And to this person, I've always got to say, all the juice, all the joy is in the doing. Life is about a risk. Life is about sometimes it might not go right the first time. Think about it. Your ability to learn to walk, to talk, to read, to write, you had to fail first. How many of you seen your children? They don't just sit there and go, I'm going to wait until I can understand how to walk perfectly before I do it. Not going to do anything till I understand. What do? They get up and they go. How do they learn to skateboard and ride a bike? They get up, they fall down, they get up, they fall down. Then what do? They go. But as adults, how many of us have forgotten that this is a human condition? Type in a yes if you see this. I see it in me all the time. I see it in you guys all the time. Is we have to know how it's going to go in our mind before we start. But here's the question. Has any blimmin' plan actually worked out as you thought? Has it ever been like, I'm going to think about this is how it's going to go, and then that's exactly what happened? How bloody boring is that anyway? You've got to get started, don't you? But the overthinker still thinks that they can create the perfect plan and they're just going to dance their way through. Who hears me? Type in a yes if you hear me on that, because the last person is different. The last pattern that I see is this person tries a bit of this and a bit of this and a bit of this. They come to me, Chris, oh, this sounds good, but I've got an ebook and a blog and I'm in Bitcoin and multi-level marketing and I'm a coach and I'm a consultant and I'm in property and I've got some money over here and some shares over here. I know everything about everything, but I don't know nothing about one. And this person is just dabbling. They their toe in here, their toe in here, and they get to this point of changing themselves and they fake everyone else out. They say, oh, no, I'm already doing it. We're kind of, yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this. And I go, well, show me your bank account. Have you actually done it? Oh, I'm just starting. I've got a little bit of this thing and this thing. I'm just kind of dipping my toe in, got these things going on. And this person can fool you and fool themselves, but they can't fool the actual results. They've got so many little things that they've started, but they never just look themselves in the eye and go, I'm going to commit. I'm going to do one. The reason why I know these 4 patterns is because I'm a complete overachiever. I'm all four of these consistently, my whole life. My whole life, I remember it. Tony Robbins sat in front of me and he said, Chris, do you want to go big? Do you want to be a speaker? Do you want to be just like me? And I said, yes. He says, Chris, it's $65,000. And I went, I've never been a speaker before. Don't worry, I don't know how to do it. I've never done this before. I'm from New Zealand. I'm just little. I'm just small. I don't have enough certifications. I've never done this before, Tony. I mean, like what you do is great, but I'm not like you. And then I said, and by the way, brother, dude, I'll do this later. Look, man, I've got things I got to do. I've got to, I've got to get this relationship, this brand. I'm going to do it later. I'll do it. Dude, I've just got some stuff I need to do first. And I said, and by the way, I've already got an Amway business over here. I'm investing in property here. I'm writing half the book here. I've got all these other things. I've got some, and you know what? I did this talk this one time to about 5 to 10 people. I did this thing over here, man. I'm doing some stuff. I'm all right. Doing some stuff. And I said, but to be honest, man, I don't really quite understand this yet. I need more information. And it happens to me every single time I'm ready to make a big shift. There's that small part of me that holds on, it grips on, says, don't change. Don't you change. It's going to be painful. Stay the same. But I want to know, do you want to know what's the most painful thing? Regret. A life of regret is far more painful than a life of taking action. Who agrees with that? Type in a yes if you agree. How many of you know this? Type in a yes if you agree with that. A life of regret is far more painful than a life of action. So guys, you're going to see this pattern. Type in the number 1 if you've seen one or all 4 of these patterns keeping you small at any time in your life, even this week as this happened. Type in a 1 if you see that, because I know it and it can get to you. It's going to keep happening. As you keep growing in your life, it's going to always be there. It's part of being human. It tries to keep you safe and it's perfect and we love it. Type in a 1 if you really have seen that. It's not going anywhere. That's always going to be there. Whenever you're shifting and becoming bigger and greater and doing the next thing, that will always be there. How you deal with that is how much success you'll have. Do you follow me? So can I ask a question? Who would like to know the 5 steps to get around your patterns? Who would like to know the 5 steps to make sure that you get around those? Yes? Okay. I haven't got these written down on notes because I want you to type them into your notes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the notes. Did you like my echo there? I don't know where that came from. The notes. All right, so here's the 5 ways. Let me get the notes up. And here are the 5 ways to get around. I hope you all have these notes. The notes. Okay. Here's the 5. Step 1, you must notice. You must notice that you're in the pattern. So what's going to happen is you're going to come up with this and you're going to go, guess what? I'm putting something off. Oh, I'm holding on to who I've been. Oh, I'm dabbling. I'm just saying I'm going to try it. The first step is notice. Step number 2 is you must understand that you're either reinforcing a pattern or breaking it. So the second step is to stop. First step is what? Notice. Second step is to stop. You're either reinforcing or breaking a pattern, so you must stop. The third step is I want you to ask a question. And I want you to know that this question is going to change your life. What would the person I am becoming do right now? That question, my friends, will change your life. That question will change your life. Because how could you not get to where you want to be if you just continually ask that question? Can I get some love for that question? Because that question is what Tony said to me. He looked me right in the eye and he said, Chris, I want you to notice right now that you're stuck in a pattern. I said, yeah, I am. He said, stop. I said, okay. He said, take a breath. He said, Chris, what would the person you're becoming do right now? And I said, he'd fucking go for it. He'd believe in himself. There was no proof. There was no reason that I'd become $1 million speaker. There's no reason I would go big. There's no reason I'd stand on that stage with him one day, be in a movie with him. There was no reason. He said to me, what do you want to be? And I said to him, I'm going to be where you are. I was 22 years old. And he looked at me with a big smile on his face. He said, good. Good. He said, Chris, make every single decision from the answer of that question. You will always get to where you're going if you always ask the question, what would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would the person I'm becoming do right now? Type it in so you remember it. What would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would they do? Because I'm going to be them. What would they do? And so there's either one of 2 options. They would either go for it or they will pause. Either go for it or pause. So if the answer is go for it, the next thing is you must jump in. You must jump in with both feet. You must jump in. No holding back, no dabbler, no thinking, no holding on, no putting off. All in. You must jump all in. And then the last thing is you must have the right support. How many of you have ever jumped in the deep end with no support? So you must find support. You must find support. You must find a mentor. You must find someone there. These are the 5 steps to get around every single pattern. Can I ask you, does every single one of you get this and know this to be 100% true? If you ask this question, then you jump in with both feet and find support. There is absolutely no way for you to fail, ever. If you get the right support, the right things, the right way to go. Who's with me on that? Because I want to keep moving. This week has been absolutely huge, absolutely huge. And the most important thing is to understand that it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So I want to talk to you about the 6 steps to going out there and making things go big, fast. So my question is, who is ready to go fast? Who's ready to go fast? Who's ready to go faster than fast? Who's ready just to go big? Good, me too. That's the only way I like to go. So if you're ready to go big and go fast, these are your 6 steps to getting your profitable presentation right. I want you to write these in your notes. Step number 1, perfect market targeting. You must get clear on your message, do market research, decide on the big belief. That's what week 1, module number 1. Once you understand who you're going after, and we do this with a hidden market questionnaire of research, we help you to research everything online so you get it right. I want you to know the answers are in your research. The answers are in your competitors. The second thing, a no-brainer offer with objection handling bonuses. You must have a no-brainer. It must be a no-brainer. It must just be like, oh, I got to have that. Okay, so you've got to get an offer that's a no-brainer. That's week number 2. Week number 3 is your proven framework that creates framework. I never said framework. That's not even a word. Framework that creates left brain clarity. Okay, that's week 3. Week 4, your turning point story and problem clarity. You must then get the right brain. In week 5, you build your lead magnet and then the pages to pull in your audience. And week 6, you do your joint ventures, your posts, partners, and promotions. Look, we've had people get this and go through this, and in 6 weeks, build out 6 figures. We've had people go through this and do it in a day, and we had someone make $6,000. Zai, she was posting in a day. I posted in there the other day. I said, oh, you did it in a day? She said, no, Chris, it was 4 hours. She was like, I just obsessed about it and I went for it. You see, these 6 steps are the steps to take you to where you want. So I want to make sure you put those in your notes. Can I ask, who's committed to these 6 steps? Because these 6 steps are going to take you there. First off, get your market right, then get your offer right, then get the framework right, then get your story right, then get your lead max and pages, and then go out there and build your promotion. 6 steps. You can move fast. You can do it in a day, in a week, or in 6 weeks. I reckon most people do it in about 6 weeks, and then it's another 6 weeks to get it right. This is why we have a 90-day mastermind. By doing it this way, you'll have a presentation that turns cold prospects into buyers predictably. Okay, in a predictable way. So look, I want to show you what 12 months can look like. Imagine you just do 12 events with 25 people at each one. I want to just tell you how ridiculous that is, since you're in a 5-day challenge with 1,300 people in it, how ridiculous 25 people once a month is. Anyway, 15% of those people buy is 45 purchases. You have a $1,000 offer. You make 45 grand part-time and you keep your business. You keep your job. You don't even have to go in full-time. Who likes the idea of the part-time thing, maybe once a month, putting on an event, talking to some people? Maybe that's a live event. Maybe that's a webinar. Maybe it's a challenge, whatever it is. Okay, plus upsells, plus joint ventures, and then there's 85% of people who don't buy. Who's just kind of, hey, I don't want to quit my job. I don't want to ruffle things up too much, but can I just get started, make an extra $45,000 just by putting on one event a month? Your life would look pretty dang good. Wouldn't you agree? So that's a part-time way. Or you can go full-time. So full-time, double the amount of events you do. You don't have to go crazy on more free events. You just put more people in them. So every second month, you do 2 events, okay? Let's say you just get 40 people at these events, okay? Let me just get some of these chat boxes. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Thank you. So let's say you have 40 people, and this time 20% of people buy. Again, 1 in 5. So you're not even being pushy. 20% is nothing. 1 in 5. So you have a $2,000 offer, okay? It's a reasonable offer, $170 a month over 12 months. It's not much. That's an all right full-time kind of gig, isn't it? The $1 million speakers in the group go, Chris, I'm a $1 million speaker. I impact millions and make millions. 288 grand, dude, what are you talking about? But who thinks that's a pretty good thing? You do 18 events. Every second month, you have to do 2. You spend the rest of the time building connections and partnerships. Who thinks that's a pretty good full-time gig? No one's typing in. They're all like, no, dude, no way. I'm a $1 million speaker. Plus, there's 80% of people who don't buy. I love that. The full-time people, just no one typed it. Everyone's like, dude, if I'm going full-time, it's $1 million or nothing, brother. You've inspired me, Chris, I believe. So can I tell you about the last one and how to go all in? Who wants to see the last one? Or everyone's saying the old me thought that was pretty good. They're like, not anymore, dude. I just moved past my pattern. So here's all in. 24 events, 1 every 2 months, okay? 50 people at each event. This one has so many people in. We got 1,300 people in this. 20%, 240 people purchase a $3,000 offer. You make $720,000 on your front end, plus upsells, plus joint ventures, and then 80% who don't buy, and you make $1 million business in just 12 months. Who likes the sound of all in? Just doing 2 events a month. Come on, give me a yes if that sounds pretty dang good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Think about how many people you have here. That's a good start, someone said. Yes, it is. Come on, type in a yes. Give me a boom. Give me a I'm in. Who's in for all in? Because that's the game that I want you to play. Those could be 2 webinars. They could be 2 live events. But let's keep moving. So I want to ask, would it be okay if I showed you how we can work together to make this all happen? Would that be okay? Yes or no? Before I tell you all about it, and thanks for all the yeses, can I tell you who win and who won the contest? Before I go into that, can I tell you who won? Can I tell you who won? All right, let me tell you who won. Okay, so we need a bit of a drum roll here, Scott. I wish I had one. We need a bit of a drum roll. Okay, so the first winners was from day number 1 and 2, when I was giving away a consulting session with me and Scott and the team to build out your campaign and your business. This was absolutely excruciating to try to pick who we were going to give this to. We said we're going to give 3. 1, 2, 3. I've given 5 away. I just couldn't. So these are worth $1,000 each. Who entered this, by the way, and wanted to win it? So we're going to give 5 away. The first winner, where is he? He was the first person on today. There she is. She's one of the winners. Who was the first person on today? I wonder who that was. Who was on really good? I know you guys will win. Okay, so the first winner is Penny. There she is. I know it says Penny Phoenix on here. There she is. Penny, we're going to be talking to you. You get a full one-on-1, 1-on-3 consultation. You win. I know. There you go. The second person that wins, Lee Chapman. Lee Chapman is going to be getting a session over $1,000 worth of value with us. Congratulations. We'll be contacting you. Christy. Where is she? Christy K. Christy K. There she is. Sweet baby. Awesome. I know. And Lee, by the way, you can keep your testicles. Thank you for the offer, though. We did, and you can keep it, right? I know you'd give your left one or your right, your change, but they're all yours, dude. They're all yours. Not necessary at all. And last 2, Maureen Hayes. Maureen Hayes, you're going to be getting a session with us, and same with you, Dr. Jason. Where is he? He's not really a doctor, but Jason, you were the first person on today. And Jason, you are also going to be with us. By the way, if you're a winner, you get us. We're going to be sending an email. Now, what I want to do is I want to let you know on that, we're going to be helping you get really clear. We normally charge $1,000 for that, but it's going to be huge. So the person that won the full done for you presentation, who entered that one? So this female, sorry guys, we picked a female for this and a guy for the last one. So this lady supported this challenge more than anyone. I love her. She's already been in other programs of mine. She is phenomenal. She is like in my top promoter for this. She did so much. And when she entered and saw this, we thought, how could we not pick her? She even put on here in her name that she is $1 million speaker. Chantel, we are going to be building out a full presentation for you. On top of everything else, I'm going to be putting my whole team onto creating something absolutely amazing for you. So everybody give her a big congratulations, because we're going to be creating something absolutely amazing. Where is she? She's in there somewhere. There she is. Okay, cool. So there's one last thing we're giving away. And this last guy, he reached out. And by the way, guys, is it going to be you? Which guy is this going to be? Who knows it's them already? This guy reached out. He's a supporter. He's somebody that we saw promoting us. He put some stuff out there. He did everything that he needed to do. And we just really want to help him. The message really, really connected with me, brother. And so without hyping it too much, Eric, you sent me the message on Skype. I jumped on, I had a look. I know you wanted it. We're going to be building you the marketing system, brother. We're going to make sure you get everything right. So I want to just congratulate all the people that won, but I want to let you know, all you winners are going to get something absolutely amazing. But one of those things without the others, it's not enough, right? You need to make sure that you have the marketing system. You need to have the presentation, and then you need to have a coach. And by the way, those who win the session, you got the session, you're going to be with us, but there's a lot more that you need. These are huge. You can redeem them whenever you want. They're an extra to what's in my program. They're an extra to what's in my program. These are huge, massive bonuses. And with total love, I'm just saying, you guys freaking rock, and we can't wait to work with you, give you something, build you a full marketing system, do your presentation. It was so bloody hard to choose who was going to win those. I wish we could just give them away to everybody, but we'd go broke.